Hello guys and welcome back. In this video I wanted to talk about the references that I have and what I'm going to be teaching you guys, and hopefully by the end it will all come together and you should have a very good understanding of how to create interesting things in Houdini. So I'm going to go over the references that I have and point out a few things that we need to solve or tackle in Houdini. So for example, we have these arches here. We can easily achieve this by putting two circles together and trimming any extra detail that we don't need. And these are very simple. This one is actually two circles, one that starts here and then another one with a bigger radius. You can see the center here, and that's the arc, and then they connect these two guys. So we can also use the same approach for that. This is the same approach. There is a circle here and then another bigger one, and they use fragments from each of these sections. We don't have to do this specific construction, we just need to get the geometry. This one I will get back to it later. This one we can build it by hand. We can create a line, create a circle, have another circle here, and construct all these details by hand, and then mirror it, and then use a loft or any other method to revolve this geometry. This is much more complicated, and we can create something like this as well if we wanted to, and hopefully you guys will be able to. This one is very simple. We're gonna dive into that. This one for later. These are some of the ratios, and again, they know a lot about the golden ratio. They know a lot about architecture, and you guys don't have to do all of this work because it's very, very complicated to figure out something that is artistically balanced. And they've done a lot of this work. So if we can reuse some of these proportions, we're going to be able to create something very interesting and very artistically balanced as well. This is a window detail that we can add to one of the walls if we wanted to, and it's very simple. You can see there's this opening here, there's this rose window, and then some bricks surrounding it, so it's not that complicated. This is one of the images I really liked. It shows the constructions of the pillar, and we're going to be doing this. We're going to focus on creating a system for these pillars with this silhouette or any other variation, and also the base and this arc. Once we have this, we can start adding some more details. So this is a great reference for what we need to construct. Basically a pillar, a base, an extension of the arc, and then this. And you can see how the pillar is also continuing with the arc. It's not with the arch, it's not different geometry, is actually the same thing, so that's very important to do. This is a great reference for the proportions as well. You can reuse. It's more for an exterior scene if you wanted to do an exterior with some a garden at the center or a fountain or something like that. This is a great reference for that. This is another one I really liked. You can see you can see the proportions here. One main arc, and then two smaller ones for each of these guys. And the ratio again is very, very crucial. And all these details are very well balanced. So if we take this and try to recreate something that resembles it, it would be very interesting as well. So. And then basically I'm going to show, this is a different book that has a lot of interesting details. I was again very excited to see all this. So this is the detailed section. This is the details for this part. See the silhouette here? This is a zoomed in version of that, of this entire section, which is then lofted in very interesting ways. It's not just circular, so it's following this pardon me, this path, which is very very tricky to create. So we're gonna see how we can do that, and I'm gonna show different ways on how we can do this. Okay, they're not necessarily going to exactly achieve this, but I'm going to show various methods, and while doing that you guys will get to learn some new nodes in Houdini. I'm not going to be showing you the best approach to do this thing. I'm going to show you various things, and hopefully while doing that you will learn a lot about Houdini, and you yourself will be able to find which one is more suited for the task. And we're going to be doing small segments of how to create geometry each time. This is another reference, and again, proportions are very important. You can see this is a different arc here, and then we have the back with these smaller details, and then a big window. And there's a lot of important ratios here that we have to, if we wanted to create something that resembles to the cathedral or to this Gothic architecture, these proportions are very, very important. This is another very cool reference. You can see here all kinds of cool details. We're going to see how we can do this also. Let's continue. It's empty. This is a great reference for a pillar silhouette. You can see this is the iconic detail of the Gothic, one of the iconic details of the Gothic architecture, and it's been used as the shape of this pillar. It applies also here. Well, you can see here, it's very simple, but yet again it's very, very interesting when it's used as a profile. This is also very Gothic, very unique to Gothic architecture. You can see here this section is this one, a lot of cool details, and hopefully I'll share all these images. You guys can go over them, and I'm gonna each time tackle one of them and show you how to do to recreate some of that geometry in Houdini procedurally. Thank you guys for watching.